going back now to this thought that I have, we both play TaylorMade. We have all this high-tech equipment, the best golf balls, the best golf clubs, and we're watching golf kind of change as we just completed the Masters and saw what was going on there. What do you think in your world would happen if, let's say, Mr. Hogan, Mr. Jones, Mr. Nelson, and Mr. Snead came back and they were handed one of these golf clubs today and a shag bag of balls today where they don't have to look at the dimples? What do you think they would do with that equipment over the course of 15 to 20 minutes? After we pick them up off the floor, after they pass out from seeing how big the driver head is.
Yeah, well, I think what they all would do is I think at first they'd be amazed at how straight the ball went and how easy it was to get the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Because these guys, though that old equipment, and I played with a lot of it, and and especially the old ball, first of all, what it felt like on the face, and second of all, how much the ball spun and how much what you had to do to keep control, to keep it down and keep control of it. I think that once they hit a few shots and they watched where it went and what it would do and what it wouldn't do, I think that they would be very quick to figure out how to make that work really well.
Do you think at this point, like let's say Ben Hogan was hitting the driver on the range and in about 20 minutes he started to get a pretty good feel for the club and the balls, do you think you would almost think that at this point that there's not enough skill involved?
No, I don't think there's any question. For sure. I think they would go, I don't know if it's the skill thing that they would react to, but I think they would say, wow, this is a lot easier game than we play.
Because I'm 59. For the viewers out there, I played golf with a persimmon-headed driver. I mean, we actually would go out and about trying to find persimmon-headed drivers from the 50s because it was just the best wood, the best inserts. And my last persimmon-headed driver in 3-wood were McGregor Tourney. Have them right here at the Academy. And from time to time, I'll let some of my juniors hit them, some of my real good players. And I'm like, try to get the golf ball up in the air. And of course, Mike, the ball doesn't match that club anymore because it doesn't compress the same way. And, they can't get it airborne. It just nosedives on them. And they go, how did they play with these clubs? And I'm like, they played really well, really well.
No, it's absolutely incredible how well and the scores they shot with the equipment they had and what the balls did or didn't do and the condition of the greens. I mean, that's another thing.
Yeah.
When I just think of my career, when I started, what the greens were like at the course I played at, and when we played in a tournament, what we thought were really good greens.
Yeah.
And now when you go out and you play on these golf courses, I mean, the green complexes, the terrible green complexes are better than the really good ones. And it was interesting watching the Masters and some of the old videos that they had prior to the Masters. And you got Palmer on 18 sitting there getting ready to hit his putt. And he's got a 15, 20 foot downhiller and he goes bang. And he hits it downhill.
It looks like it's gone.
And I'm going, if you hit that same putt on that same hole today, you just putted it into the bunker or 20 yards down the fairway. So the clubs, the equipment, what I find interesting is the agronomy's better, and this gets into teaching. The golf courses obviously are a lot better conditioned. The equipment's easier to play with. The ball doesn't spin as much. We got a lot more information about everything. Yet, most of the people that come to the game and the average handicap isn't going down, it's going up.
Right.
And that's the part that I think, well, why is that? What's the disconnect there? Why are people not being able to use this new technology and play these golf courses and actually be better than the average player was 30 years ago? And they're not.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that as we're talking about technology, I tell my students there are 3 things for me personally that have changed so dramatically from when I was playing. You know, all the tournament golf that I played when I was in my 20s and 30s, we had no rangefinder. To have that laser, to be able to shoot the flag, know exactly where the flag is in relationship to your ball, then to shoot the top lip of the bunker, to shoot par fives where you're not sure where that hazard stake is. So how many times, Mike, would we play where we ended up laying up 30 yards short and we could have hit 2 more clubs and still not going into a hazard? And then you have the driver and the ball. So for me, the big 3 would be the laser for yardage, the golf ball and how well it flies, and then the design of the driver. The fact that the driver is just so much easier to hit.
Well, I think the driver, I'll say this, the driver still have to hit it solid to get the most out of it. But what the driver has done with the ball is it's made the miss hits significantly better. I mean, I miss hit, you miss hit a drive now, and yeah, it curves offline and doesn't go quite as far, but with the way these faces are, like with TaylorMade, with this twist face technology and how the clubs are weighted, I mean, I intentionally miss-hit clubs because when I get a driver, I intentionally hit it high in the toe, low in the heel.
I was just going to say probably a little on the toe, correct?
Yeah, because I want to see when I miss-hit it like that, what does it do?
It runs more, that's for sure.
Well, but when I used to, when those old clubs, you're talking about those persimmon drivers, with that spinny ball, you hit it high in the toe, and I mean, that ball is left to left and diving out of the sky. I mean, it's just gone, or I mean, it's in trouble. And now you hit those shots and it pushes it out a little to the right and it doesn't curve back as much and it may not be quite as far, but it's not off the charts. So,
and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing for golf, for the enjoyment of the game. I mean, I'm all for it. Anything that's going to make more people play golf and they go out there and they have a good time, because even with all the technology the way it is, and it is easier for players like us, it's still a challenging game and you have to figure it all out.